Okay. YouTube is online. Website is online. Hey, Fabio. Hiya. Oh, hey, you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Are you joining from Berlin? Hi, Roxy. Nice to see you. What time is it? 56. Hey, everyone. How you doing? Hey, Roxy, by the way, congratulations to your career change to becoming a yoga instructor. It's amazing. It's really blinding here. I'm sitting in front of my window today, overseeing the water, which I liked a little bit more than last time. Hello, everyone. I haven't seen you in 2 weeks now. Yeah, so last week, for the people that are on my newsletter, you already know last week I decided to cancel my session or to pause my session for the cause of the whole thing that's going on in the world at the moment. Because it fell on a Tuesday, it was the show must be paused. So nothing was supposed to happen online. And I felt it was the right thing to do to don't do my career coaching session on a Tuesday. But instead to educate myself a little bit more and to look at different resources and to ask myself a couple of questions. And instead, again, if you're on my newsletter, hi Ben, hi Johnny, hi Jenny, hi Felicity. So yeah, so if you're on my newsletter, you saw that I instead sent a list of documentaries that you could watch to educate yourself. Yeah, because I think that's what we all have to do. And I used actually the whole past week. Hi, Helena. I used the whole last week to kind of get an understanding what I can do, what I haven't done yet. Or first of all, actually to look at the things that are in my reach at the moment. Because it was a little bit difficult for me because, I mean, it's difficult for everyone, I think. I did not go out to protest. I chose to donate to different charities and to find a way, even more than I have already done, to use my voice in the platforms that I have where people choose to listen to me, like here, for example. I'm not afraid to let you know where I stand, on which, how to say, level of education I am. There's a lot I don't know, and I decided to don't be afraid anymore of showing that I am not having it all figured out, but that I'm trying to do the right things within my work. For the people that don't know me, I'm a producer and performer at the same time. So in my performing work, I actually do put a lot of purpose in what I do. And I try to get a message across in how I create. And when I book people for my shows, I try to have a diverse cast of race and color and people in general. But there's so much more that I can do. And I think it is not okay anymore to just do the basics for myself, speaking for myself. I already said it in my newsletter, change can be loud for a lot of people at the moment. Change can be quiet for a lot of people. My change is usually for who I am, for what type of person I am and how I see myself. My change is often a little bit more quiet, but impactful in the long term. So I just wanted to, first of all, say where I stand, and second of all, encourage you to find your own pace and your own version of what you want to contribute to the situation at the moment, because there's so many things we can do. And I think especially if you are a creative person, then you are equipped with an amazing tool that is your creativity, that gives you a lot of opportunities to actually think in different ways of how you can show for what you stand and show who you support and do the supporting within your work, within your art. That's the great thing, working for yourself and running your own business. You're the boss, you make the rules. So make the rules that are the good ones. Talking about today, first of all, I think most of my people joined me. It is 2:00 now. Tuesdays is a place that I created, a little hour every Tuesday at 2:00, called Let Me Educate You. A place to connect our hearts with our arts and to keep moving while we have to sit at home. This is a free career coaching class where I use my knowledge from the entertainment industry, where I have worked successfully in for half a decade now, and my career coaching education and my business degree, all mushed together in a nice little digestible hour, just for you. So yeah, last week I was supposed to speak about branding, and I decided to still speak about branding today, because many people that talk to me and ask me, how did you create your brand? Because I have a very strong brand and a very clear brand. And it's like, how did you do that? How did you decide what your brand is? And I say, okay, brand. And a lot of times what I hear is, well, I am a singer and I am very modern, but I also write a couple of my own songs, and I really like to look very nice while I sing. Or I hear I am a contemporary circus artist and I'm super professional and I have a very unique prop. Or it could be I am a compere and I'm really cabaret style, but I am also modern and funny. Or it could be, I don't know, I am a Pilates. Sorry, the connection on my Instagram just went really badly. We love the internet, don't we? This is driving me crazy. Well, this was lovely. Okay, sorry guys. I'm back. Sorry, website. Instagram just had a little stroke. So yeah, as I said, there's a couple of people, and the examples I just gave you is not what your brand is, but it is what you do. So all the things that you say, I am this, this is not your brand. Your brand is what comes from inside. What you do is your job. It's your job description. But a brand is, what you stand for, who you serve, who you are as a performer, as a creative, whatever it is that you do, whatever your business is. And I think that's the main thing that is very confusing for a lot of people. So if you are a creative person, a performer, an artist, a yoga teacher, a Pilates teacher, a burlesque artist, whatever it is that you do, that's not your brand, but how you do it will build your brand and will identify and help you to articulate how you speak about your service, your product, your performance, your art on your website or whatever, because we communicate our brand in so many different ways. We communicate our brand in our marketing. We also communicate, especially if you are a live performer, we communicate our brand on stage, how we represent ourselves. So knowing your brand is so important to connect to the right people, and for the people to know who you are, because connection happens if we see someone standing for something, we stand for the similar thing, and we can connect to this person, or we can connect to their product and say, I can see myself in this, I want this. Okay. I think that's the thing I want to say, be helpful. Find very, very helpful to reconnect with my work on basically on everything I do. So the four strategies I want to share with you. Before I start, I wanted to tell you, you don't need to go through all these 4 strategies in everything you do. You can take one of these as a little jump off point to get started, to get more purpose in what you do, and because you get more purpose in, your brand gets stronger. So the 4 strategies are, number 1, as I said, is your purpose. So what is it that makes you drive? Who are you? Second P, the second one, is your principles. What is it that you stand for? That's the second strategy that you need to look into. I'm going to explain this in a minute for more in detail. The third one is your people. Who do you stand for? Who is your ideal client? Who is your ideal customer? Who are the people that when you create, when you make things, who do you think of? Who is buying from you? And the last thing that will help you really refine your brand is when you look what pisses you off. When you look what pisses you off in your industry, what pisses you off from your competition, what pisses you off from the people that do the same thing than you, but you look at it and you go like, that's not right. Because in return, when you find something that pisses you off, you do the opposite. You don't just complain. You do the opposite, incorporate it in what you do and how you speak and how you write your copy. And this will build your brand and also help you then separate yourself and distantiate yourself from your competition. So your purpose is, what is your story? My story, for example, my purpose is, I come from a very, very creative family. My story is, I moved to London with one suitcase and tried to make a change in the entertainment industry. This was honestly what I had in my heart. In the beginning, I thought I wanted to find a place as a circus artist where I felt I can express myself and I can find belonging and I can find a community, which I didn't find in the corporate industry or the variety world. I found cabaret was a place that felt like a family to me. So my story is not I am a circus artist and I come from Germany, but to find a place where I can express myself and generate change. This is my story. If you struggle to find out what your story is and where you come from, then don't miss out. I have a previous episode that is called Words Tell, Stories Sell. This is an amazing episode we did on finding your own story. You can find it on previous blog posts on my website. So that's your story, that's your purpose. And then your principles. What do you stand for? What are your values? For example, my values are, I always want to go quality over quantity. Always, 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 always. It's so important to me. I also, and this is connected to my story. My sister is a fashion designer. I have always, all my birthday parties is always finding a way to incorporate design into my work, if that makes sense. So my principles is, I want the people to take them on a journey. I want a story in my performance. I want high quality, which is very important. I don't just want any shallow performance where people miss out of thought in them. And it doesn't have to be a crazy statement, but for me to express myself and show beauty and a level of skill and a story and someone that thought about all the elements of a performance, I think makes the audience feel very safe. And they don't have to think about anything not working with what I do. That's why I want high quality, so they don't have to worry about anything and can come with me on that journey. Then this is my principles, my two categories for me. This is first of all my clients, all the agents that I work with, the agencies that book me, all my other private clients that I have, the cabaret shows that book me. So these are the people that I think of when I create. I want to make sure that my ideal customers can see themselves in what I create. But it's not actually the other way around. I create and I make sure I reach out to the right clients. But the other people that I think of when I create, because no matter what I do, it can be coaching, it can be performing, it can be whatever it is that I do, I always wanted to contribute in whatever way to this industry, with the entertainment industry. And I think, to contribute in a way that, how to say this in English? This is sometimes the problem when you, when it's not your first language. I can't find the English word for that. Well, I'm going to get back to it later. So the other people that I want to serve is the people that do the same job than me, other performers, other people, other creative people that build a business themselves. In mind, if I create something and another artist would see what I do, would they be inspired? Would they want to stop their game? Would they want to work harder to, move forward? Which is something that I always had in the back of my head already when I was in circus school. I would always analyze things and do them in a way that if someone else next to me, other performers, would watch it, would hopefully agree and say, yes, this is the way, and then work on their own. And I thought in this way, I might be able to generate change on a level that is fundamental and on a creative level, if that makes sense. And then last thing, what pisses off, as I told you, costume in general, dressing up was a thing in my life since I don't even remember, when I was very young. My sister's a fashion designer. I used to have red hair, crazy outfits, everything. So I entered the circus industry. I became a circus artist, and I looked around me and I saw so many ugly costumes. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is crazy, because in my head, a performance is only finished when you mastered your story, your beginning and end and middle, your breath, your everything, your light, and your costume is like, it's so important to take me as an audience, to take me on your journey. So I saw this and I was like, you are missing out on getting your message across because I'm thinking the whole time, what are you wearing? So this was my personal, pisses me off so hard, you have no idea. I was like, if I see one more straps performer in a jeans and topless, I'm going to shoot myself. That's how angry I was. So what I did, I started to sew costumes. From the first year of circus schools, we had to do tiny little presentations of 5 minutes. I'm like, guys, I don't have time to go out. I need to sew myself a costume. So I taught myself how to sew and like made things. And everyone in school came in their like sweatpants doing their little presentation. And I came like, okay, guys, I'm ready. And they were like, all right, calm down, German. But it was my way of starting my journey of costume. And it came from a place that made me furious. And now, of course, if you know some of my performances or what is my brand, beautiful costumes. I work with designers and I choose materials that are quality over quantity. I feel amazing when I do it. I am only able to get myself into my own story that I want to tell if I wear my costume, that I need to wear this in order to feel what I want to tell. It's the same thing, you know, that if you put on something nice, it makes you feel a certain way and people see you in a different way. That's all it is. And it's the same thing on stage. And it's not enough just because you have skill. That, it's not enough. It's amazing and it's really important that you train really hard or educate yourself really hard to get that skill. But that's interested in how many backflips you can do. I'm not interested in how bendy your downward dog is. I'm not interested in, I don't know, how many songs you can sing. It's not interesting. We do art. We have a job to do. If you have a creative, if you have a creative starting point of whatever it is that you do, then you need to take people to a journey with your branding. And I guess that's the 4 points that I want you to look into. And this is, of course, I took examples from myself. But how you can basically use these 4 points and to incorporate them in your copy, which is the words that we use to describe our art or our business on our websites or on newspapers or in interviews, or knowing all these things, knowing your purpose, your principles, your people, and what pisses you off will help you articulate how you brand yourself. Because especially in these times, people want to know who you are. So what you can do, you can find ways and moments and places on your website, on your social media posts, in wherever you have a platform and you speak, write, or do, to incorporate your purpose, your principles, your people, and what pisses you off. I hope that this makes sense. And if you have any questions to this, how could this relate to you, and you can't seem to find a way, then you can always text me. I'm always here to answer. This is it for the educational part today. I hope it helped you in some way and can driven business with a really strong brand, and allow yourself to be you and to show it and to discover also for yourself. This process is really interesting. If you find out, you probably do many things already. That's the good things. You probably already have a brand, but you miss out letting us know. So make sure to let us know, because if we don't know who you are, we cannot buy what you make, and then you don't have a roof over your head. It's very simple. Thank you for the 4 Ps. You're very welcome. So that's it for today from Let Me Educate You, a place to create a wonderful career as an artist, and make some money from it, which is always handy. Today, before we finish, I have 2 more things to share with you. Number one, very important, this month, it's my birthday. I'm going to turn 28. Joking. I wish. I am actually turning 34, guys. I feel I'm fine with 34. It's just the start, you know. And so I had a plan that this year, because I obviously cannot have a big party, which pisses me off. So I looked at what pisses me off and turn it into something. If you have watched the previous session, I love books. So my idea for my birthday this year is, if you like any of the sessions, I want that you give me books that I can read and review for you and incorporate in these sessions. Some are maybe not for these sessions, but if you feel like you want to show some love and want to say happy birthday, but you're on the other end of the world, or you are in London or anything, and we can't celebrate, what would make me super happy straight after seeing you, which would be the most amazing, and I would not want to have any books at all if I could use that option, but I can't this year. So my second option, my second choice is always books. So what I did, I researched online to find a way where I can put a list of all the books that I want to have, and these are many, all the books that I want to have, and I found a way. The thing is, it's on Amazon, and I wanted it to be in a way that I don't have to reveal my address, because a lot of you, I don't know, but you know what I mean. So the one option I found actually is an Amazon waiting list. So in my link, in my bio is a link that says, buy me a book, happy birthday to me. So I am gonna basically have to marry myself this year for my birthday in order to get books. What you can do, there is a big list of books that you can select and give me as a birthday present, giving back, or as contribution to let me educate you, whatever it is. I would be super happy. That I think I was a little bit scared of, because I planned to go home and see my family, but because of traveling restrictions, I can't, which sucks. Yeah. So this is an option, and I want to invite you to do that as well. I think what is interesting for some of you, a lot of people ask me what kind of books I read for my business and privately, because I talk about books all the time, as you might have noticed. You will have an insight on a list of books that I absolutely love and want to read. There's a lot of authors that I admire, that are interesting and are really good in their field, and have published a book because they're really good in their field. And hi, Veronica. Yeah, this is my version of celebrating birthday this year. And the second thing that I wanted to say, there have been a couple of people, actually more than a couple, to ask for one-on-one sessions. And from this month, because I moved house and I have more personal space, I have spaces available for one-on-one sessions. So if you, I know a couple of you already want that, but please send me a direct message and ask for the details. I have figured out a price plan that I think is COVID artist friendly and feels right to me. But we can always figure something out that would work for you. I think that's the two things I wanted to share from today. If you like today's session, make sure you comment, you like, and you share it with your friends. I certainly did enjoy it, and you will see me next week again. If you want to have more insights and book recommendations, and there will be a lot, and a lot of insights and articles that I don't share anywhere else, you can go over to my website or click the link on my Instagram bio and hit subscribe. There are almost 100 people already on that list, and we are a little community enjoying learning and creating with purpose and fun, and yeah, create a life that we really like. So feel free to do that. And this month I don't want any coffees, I don't want any PayPals, I don't want anything. But if you feel like you want to give back and you like today's session, you can buy me a book. Easy peasy. That's it from today. I hope you have a good rest of the week. And if you want to have more resources to Black Lives Matter, then you can also find that in my bio. There's a link. I don't know if you know the app, Linktree. You can put a lot of different links, which is amazing. Then you can do that there. Yeah, that's it from me. Is there any questions from your side? I'm just gonna tap on my little Instagram. It looks so dark. Is there any questions from anyone? Thank you, Ulrike. You're welcome, Roxy. Whoever is watching from our website, there should be a little comment section. So if you have any questions, you can pop your questions in there. If you're watching from the YouTube, give me a thumbs up. Also, if you go on YouTube, you can put a notification button, and on Instagram as well, if you feel like and don't want to miss it. Up to you. That's it. No questions. I think I have a last question for you. You can ask this yourself. I even wrote it down. I don't want to wait. Don't want to mess up my question. That's the most important thing of finishing a session. Giving you the right question so you can find the right answers. Where is my question? La 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 la. Oh, found it. She's so prepared. Okay. Yeah, ask yourself. What is one strategy that you already use to communicate your brand? Because there is one that you already use, you may be not aware of it, or you are aware of it. So be even more aware of it and do more of it. What is the strategy that you already use to find your voice, to stand out, and to communicate your brand? Think about it. Major says, nope, it was a great session today. I miss coming in for cuddles. Major, oh, guys, whoever was here before, Major is my favorite pug in the world. And I lived with my two best friends for 8 weeks. And this meant that Major Fuzzy Balls joins us for many sessions. Not today. We miss you too, little Major. Scarlett. Okay, thank you. That's it for today. I see you all next week. I can't wait what kind of books you're going to choose for me. I already say thank you. And see you next week. Bye, everyone. Okay, let's do this right today. And now. And now on my website, Stream beenden. Ja.